Yo, I'm got your boy Chris Lee. Welcome back to another video. And today we'll be breaking down UFC Belgrade Euros Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez coming off of 7 months in a Taiwanese prison. This card is possibly the least star-studded card of the year. Definitely has some underrated fights on it. I know people are hating on it, but they have fights like Dusko Dusko versus Valentine. They have a bunch of women's fight. This is gonna be a great card. You know how it is. We'll move on to the first fight of the night, which I'm very excited because it has my boy Mike Vologden, and this is a crazy stylistic fight. Both of them are gonna try and kill each other. This will be a war that I think will go to decision. Borislav Nikolic. Crazy. Fights like Yuri. Hands down. Willing to die in that cage. Gets hit a lot. Lacks in head movement. Crazy, wild strikes. Tries to kill his opponents. But he gets knocked down quite a bit. His chin isn't there. He's very tough. He's never been knocked out. He gets hurt, though, because of his hands down. He wades in, similar footwork to Yuri. Bouncy. Great striking, I would say. He's pretty good on the mat, but he does get taken down quite a bit and held down. Doesn't have the best ground and pound defense. But this fight's going to be a firefight. If you watch tape on either of these fighters, crazy output, crazy energy, but this is on short notice. And I think that's going to be leaning towards the edge of Vologden here. I think Vologden's going to get this one done. If it was on a full fight camp, I think I would lean Borislav just because of how small Mike Vologden is. I love Mike Vologden. I think he could be something, but he needs to move down to flyweight. He's 5'3", 5'9". That's 6 inches. Let's see what it is. A lot of people are picking Nikolic. Holy shit. People do not believe in Vologden. Vologden is incredibly durable. He has a lot of power in his hands. Beautiful kicks. No one talks about it, but he has some of the snappiest, most powerful sounding kicks I've ever seen. And I think it's going to be really hard for Borislav in this fight because Mike, he's there to be hit, but he's incredibly hard to put away. Incredibly durable, incredibly tough. And I think the fact that Borislav, his hands are always down, there to be hit, he's willing to get hit to throw a punch. I think it's going to get him caught. I think Vologden's going to have a lot of success early. I think he'll fade because he's high output. He throws a lot of volume, and I think that will lean towards him because of the gas tank of Nikolic on short notice. I think Vologden's going to be able to win the early rounds. I think he'll mix in takedowns. I think he'll be hurt at certain times. I think Borislav will be hurt at certain times. It's going to be a firefight. But I think Vologden's straight punches are going to land on Borislav because of how far his hands are down. And Vologden's fast. He can get in and out of range really fast because of how small he is. I think the leg kicks of Slav is going to, damage Mike. But Mike's never going to give up. So I'm going to go Mike Vologden via decision. Is that not the first fight of the night? Oh my god. I didn't even see that. Okay, well, I started with the wrong fight, so I'm just going to skip it when I get up there. Stephanie Luciano versus Marina Spastic. Dude, I hate watching women's fights. I'm going Luciano. I'm leaning towards the edge of UFC experience. I think it's going to play a factor in this fight. And, it's hard to really judge how good these women are outside of the UFC. Because they go against absolute cans. Luciano's in the UFC and she goes up against absolute cans. So it's hard to dictate how good. Did they go back to back? Oh, wow. Alan destroyed her in these fights. Kind of just held her down for 2 rounds. But getting on to Luciano. She's incredibly durable. She's really hard to take down. Very good in the clinch. Great gas tank. Pretty good jiu-jitsu. She has pretty solid boxing. Technically manages range pretty well, but she can be held down, smothered, and she doesn't have like insane power. But Spastic is nothing special in my opinion. She doesn't tuck her chin. She gets hit clean a lot. She has pretty good submission defense. She flows well on the mat. She does have this like good jujitsu base. She gets back up off the ground. She very active off her back. But her fundamentals are on the feet. Great combos, flows really cleanly on the feet. Amazing footwork, light on her feet. Enters range really well. Beautiful volume. She just throws a lot cleanly and she lands a lot. Good clinch. She's just an all around pretty good fighter, but I don't think she will be as good in the UFC as she is on tape because of the skill level upgrade and the fact that, it is her debut. You have jitters. It's a hard one. I definitely don't think Luciano should be a minus 280. I would have her at like a minus 190. Because Spastic does have some value at a plus 230, but I'm leaning UFC experience, Stephanie. This fight I'm actually pretty excited about. Jovan Leka versus Alexander Popik. I think Leka's actually pretty good. I broke him down in one of my Dana White Contender Series fights. I think he's pretty talented. He has really, really good kicks. He's just a pretty well-rounded prospect. He did win his Contender Series fight, I believe. He's very active too. I stated this in my Dana White Contender Series. He's had 5 fights in a year and 3 months. It's very active. Yeah, he beat a wrestler on the Contender Series by smothering him. He didn't get the contract, obviously, but this is in. Is it in his country? No. Well, he's in that region. Anyways, on to actually why I like him. Really good defensive wrestling. Ground and pound is violent. He has very good head kicks, but he mixes it up on all 3 levels. Really good body kicks too. But when he gets down to the ground, he has a submission game off his back and on top. He has really good cardio, can go 3 rounds without really much of an issue. He is an opportunistic takedown threat. He'll shoot a takedown when he could. Like, if it's open, he'll go for it. He is pretty sound defensively, good striking, but his kicks are his main threat on the feet. He doesn't look like he throws too much with his hands. He's more of a kicker than a boxer. He does tend to be a little hesitant on the feet, looking for the perfect shot. So low volume kind of ends up being a problem for him. And he has bad takedown defense, but I don't think Popek is going to really be shooting too many takedowns in this fight. Yeah, so just his main flaws, in my opinion, are his volume and, his fight IQ isn't the highest. But Popek is how old? 34, on a 4-fight win streak. Devastating ground and pound. Popek is pretty good. He is pretty good. He is a great counter fighter. He packs a lot of punch in his punches, a lot of power in his punches. Timing is solid. Closes distance very well. Powerful leg kicks. He has nasty finishing instincts. If he even senses you're hurt, he'll go full out, which could get him in trouble later. He's just an all-around pretty good fighter. He doesn't ever overextend. He's very explosive. He closes distance very well. But he throws everything with 100% power. Damaging ground and pound. He will mix in takedowns, but he doesn't shoot them too often. But once he gets the fight to the ground, he does have solid control. But he just has he has a lot more flaws than Leka. And Leka was meant to be on this card. Alexander Popek is a short notice fight. He leaves his chin super high in the air. He isn't the best defensive wrestler. Like, he can be held down and controlled for long periods. He is a small light heavyweight. Poor takedown entries. He lacks head movement. He gets popped clean quite a bit. He lacks too much volume because he's way too hesitant. He waits for the perfect shot. And that always, But in this fight, both of them are low volume. Poor cardio, doesn't respond too well to pressure. His footwork really lacks when he's being pressured, and he shoots his takedowns from way too far out. I think Lekker's going to be able to cruise to a decision here. I think he'll be the better striker, and I think his low kicks will be a problem, and then I think he could probably take down Popik at will. So I'm going to go Lecker decision. This card is just a rough one to break down. Nina Milosavic versus Haley Cowan. I've broken down Haley Cowan before. She lost to Alice Pereira. There's not much to say. I'm not really going to break this one down, too intently. Nina's good. She has great pressure, really high volume striker, attacks all three levels, really good jiu-jitsu. She's just an incredibly well-rounded fighter. She's hittable and she doesn't have the most power, but Haley Cowan is just pretty shit. She's 7-5. She almost has a negative record. She's just gonna get dominated. Nina's gonna win this one on the feet or on the ground. I'm thinking a round 2 submission. I think the first round will be Nina finding her timing, finding her distance. She'll probably end up hurting Cowan and then finding a submission on the ground. Because she has nasty hooks on the ground. She finds them really quickly, digs them in. And I think she'll get a rear naked choke in round 2. I'm seeing a lot of people pick Prepelec. Guys, if Rebecca can't beat Prepelec, he should get cut from the UFC. He's on a what? 3 fight? I mean, he beat Maitak Orble. He lost to Diego Ferreira after dominating him. He gassed. He lost a very competitive fight to Chris Duncan. He lost to Ludwig Klein, who's also on this card, but who is very, very high level. And he nearly knocked out Grant Dawson. Prepelec got dominated by Benoit Saint-Denis. Almost beat Drew Dober, then got finished. And besides that, look at who he's fighting. He's older than Rebecca, too. Prepelec's just old. I don't know why people are picking him. Rebecca is better everywhere. He's athletic. He's relentless with his pace. Great striker. He is a strong jiu-jitsu fighter. He blends striking and grappling in together. He's very explosive. Really good chin. Great volume. He's a marauder. He's just gonna walk forwards, wing wild punches, throw whatever he has to get into the pocket, and he'll just wail on you. And I don't think Prepelec is prepared for that pressure. Because when Drew Dober pressured Prepelec, he wilted and he got finished. And I think Rebecca's going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around 2 KO. Prepelec's just the better fighter. Rebecca's just the better fighter. I think he's going to put a pace on Prepelec that he won't be able to handle. I think Rebecca's going to hurt him. I think Prepelec will have his moments. I think Rebecca's obviously there to be hit constantly. He's very hittable on the feet. But I don't think Prepelec has the power to really punish. I don't think he really has power to punish Rebecca's incredibly hittable striking. So I'm just gonna go Rebecca by round 2 KO. I know I'm not breaking down a lot of these to the max, because a lot of these what is he, minus 350, 400, 225. Okay, well, it's just what is Mike Vologden? Is there no odds for this? There isn't. Hold on, let me check DraftKings. I believe there are odds out for this card, for Vologden. I think he was a favorite. Favorite. Is he on here? He's not. Oh, he is, yeah. Mike Vologden's actually an underdog. 154 underdog. I mean, I get it. I was hesitant to pick him, but I think he'll get it done. Look at the fucking fights on this card, bro. Dennis Bazoukian, who just got slaughtered by Barboza, 1-4 in his last fucking 5. 2-3. Oh my god. This is bad. This is a fucking bad card. I'm going Bogdan Grad. I think he'll just be able to destroy Dennis Bazoukian in the wrestling. We saw what Grad was doing to Luke Riley in the first round. I think it will be pretty level on the feet. I think Bazookian has the slight edge on the feet, and I just watching Bazookian's tape, he has horrible takedown defense, and he can't really get up off the ground. And I think Bogdan Grad will be able to capitalize on that. I think he'll take down. I can't believe Vologden is an underdog. Yeah, I mean he has really good wrestling. Bogdan Grad, he's a pressure wrestler, fast strike, solid chin. He has good timing on his takedowns. He times it perfectly under your punches, good kicks, and he has good flow and transitions. But his defensive wrestling is not very good, and he is quite open on the feet. But I doubt again, Bazookian is just shit. I don't think he's gonna be able to do much. He has pretty aggressive boxing. He has good boxing hooks, good body works. He does everything well on the feet. He's not like a can, but he's just like I just think the wrestling difference is going to be way too much. And Bazookian is way too hittable on the feet, and for my liking. What are the odds in this one? Yeah, I think Grad is. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go Bogdan Grad decision. Like, these fights are just terrible. I don't want to break them down. I don't even. This card I have to wake up at 10 a.m. for. Last week I had to wake up at 9 a.m. for this shit. Like, it's just bad. How many more fights are there? Oh my god, there's 8. I don't want to do this. Michael Oliveira is going to slaughter Oban Elliott. I mean, look at the aura difference. What are the odds? It should never be this big of a favorite. Oban Elliott has lost 2 fights to 2, like, surging prospect, KO and Jonathan. He beat he beat Hafez, he beat Preston, he beat Val Woodburn. He's still very good. Great. Who texted me? Yeah, he's a great wrestler, pretty solid striker, but he is way too open on the feet. He got hurt by Jonathan Mitchclaff. I think Michael Oliveira is just way too powerful. Oliveira is a really good striker. He does everything incredibly well on the feet. Great power, great combinations. He's just really, really high level. And I actually broke him down on the Contender Series again. But I think this is horrible matchmaking for Oban Elliott. Like, I don't know what he did to deserve this type of fucking matchmaking. But lest this is the card that we are being given. He's very accurate too, very accurate, high volume. He's definitely gonna have the physicality advantage and the power. And he's not like no chump. Like, he can take a punch. He's willing to get hurt. He has really good cardio, and he can keep a high volume pace for all rounds. He's gone 5 rounds, I believe. He's gone to decision before. He's shown that he can go all the distance. Heavy leg kicks, great pressure. He doesn't always have his hands up. He has a bunch of defensive woes. And he's gone against pretty bad competition. But I just think he's going to be able to do everything a bit better on the feet than Oban. And I don't see Oban Elliott running a wrestling clinic on Oliveira. Because I think Oliveira is just too strong and too muscle bound for Oban to really hold down and control for 5 minutes at a time. I think we are going to see another Oban Elliott loss. That could result in him getting cut, which is just unfair. Because he is really good. It is really sad that Oban has just been fed to the wolves. No one knew how good KO is. No one, I mean, Jonathan Mitchclaff was losing that fight until he won it. And now he's being fed to Michael Oliveira. I think Michael Oliveira by round 2 submission. By round 2 KO. Ludovic Klein versus Tufik Musayev. What are the odds? Minus 210. I think I see people picking Tufik. I think Musayev is a can. He got dominated by Maitak Oblai in the wrestling. He beat Ignacio Bahamendez, but he cheated so many times to win that fight. If we watch that Maitak Oblai fight, Tufik, his biggest flaw is his grappling. And if we go back to Ludovic Klein has an incredibly well-rounded game that involves takedowns. I think he will dominate Tufik Musayev to a decision here. I truly think so. He's a sniper on the feet. He has incredible timing, good head movement, really good kicks, great striking defense. And he mixes it up. He doesn't, he's not very generic. He has a really good chin too, but his offensive wrestling is something I really like in this fight. He has great takedowns, really, really solid control. But he is low output and he does have gas tank problems. So I think this is going to be a closer fight than a lot of people are considering it to be. Like, what are the odds here? Yeah. I think just Tufik is going to be a bit better everywhere. Or not Tufik. I think Klein's going to be a bit better everywhere. Musayev, he's a really good kickboxer. He has great kicks, pretty solid boxing. High volume, can sustain a pace, good boxing, good power. I think Ludovic Klein definitely has the power advantage here. He can put out Tufik if he really has to. But I think Tufik leaves a lot of openings on the feet. The slick, like Ilia Topuria style boxing that Klein has, the duck in, duck out combinations that I think Klein can pull off in this fight. I just think he's too technical. I think he's too good. I think he has too many ways to win this fight. He could take down Musayev. He could make this a boring striking fight on the feet. Musayev has to pretty much wade in and make Klein come to him and win this by making it a brawl and chaotic. And I just don't think Klein's going to fall into that trap. And I think we're going to see a Klein masterclass that gets him into the lightweight rankings. Klein by decision. Dusko Tududovic versus Robert Valentine. I'm just like, oh my god! They're both 2-3 in their last 5. Robert Valentine's just better. I think he'll be able to take down Dusko and submit him. Robert Valentine, let's check out the level of competition. Jose Medina. Zachary Reese. Mansour Abdul Malik. CLD. Jordan Wright. 5 fights in 5 years. Yeah, Robert Valentine's he's a better striker, better grappler, better submission threat. Dusko is like not even a high level candidate. He's literally low level. He barely beat Jose Medina. There's nothing to break down. I'm going Robert Valentine by submission. Alexander Rakic. Rakic is gonna outclass Tybura. Yes, he's 1-4 in his last 5. Tybura's shit. He beats up blobby heavyweights. Rakic is a much better striker. I don't think Tybura is going to be able to get off his wrestling on Rakic. Rakic is going to be faster. He's going to be more powerful. He's going to be able to keep his distance from Tybura. And Rakic is not a slouch in the grappling department. Think about who he's gone against. Azamat, one of the most powerful. Ankalaev went to a decision, very close decision with him. Yuri Prohaska was dominating that fight until he got knocked out by Prohaska. Similar story to everyone else that's fought Yuri. And Jan Blachowicz was an injury. He hasn't lost to anyone that isn't a top 5 level fighter in 5 years. Tybura is 42 years old, or 40 years old. Rakic is just going to outclass him, I think. I believe in Rakic. I thought he was going to beat Azamat, and he was winning that fight until he got knocked out. And Tybura just doesn't have the power to knock out Rakic, especially at heavyweight. His chin won't be drained. I just think Rakic is going to be able to put volume, keep it range, keep it technical, and win this fight by decision. There's not much to break down. Navajo Sterling versus Jan Blachowicz. No way in hell should Jan Blachowicz be a plus 245. I saw the odds were even against Bogdan Guskov. I have no idea how this happened so quickly. Navajo Sterling was having Kutalaba problems. He was dominated in the first round. And then Cutelaba gassed out and quit. That's the only reason Navajo won that fight. Jan Blachowicz has had 4 fights where he arguably won every single one of them. Arguably beat Ank. Arguably beat Alex Pereira. Arguably beat Alberg. Definitely beat Bogdan. No one has put a beating on Jan Blachowicz. There's not a single fighter that can say that. Navajo Sterling is just now getting to the point where he can knock out people in the UFC. Close decision against Urslan. Close decision against Bellato. Beat a can. Ian Cutelaba was beating him in the grappling and on the feet. Blachowicz will be able to dominate Navajo Sterling. I think, yes, Blachowicz is 43. Yes, I know. Yes, he's coming off 95 injuries. Navajo is not ready for this level of competition. He's going from Cutelaba to Blachowicz. Blachowicz is going to be able to keep it technical. Yes, Navajo trains with Alberg, trained with Izzy. He's an incredibly high-level striker. Blachowicz keeps everything basic, and he's perfect at it. He's not getting knocked out in this fight. There's no way he's getting knocked out in this fight. He's going to hammer the leg kicks. Navajo is very flat-footed. Jan is going to destroy his legs. He's going to keep that basic boxing that beat Izzy. Izzy's just, Alberg is just a slower version, or Alberg is a better version of Navajo, and Jan was piecing him up. I think Jan at 43 will be faster than Navajo. Jan is going to be able to box him up, mix in the grappling, which we've seen Navajo cannot deal with. I think he mixes it up. I think he can control Sterling. I think on the feet is very competitive. I think the leg kicks are going to be a big problem for Navajo. I think Jan wins this one by decision. I just think we're going to see a Jan must have forgotten. We've never seen a 43-year-old as good as Jan Blachowicz. Navajo should not be a big favorite. He should be a minus 160. This is crazy odds. Bet the house on Jan Blachowicz. Unless he just looks like withered, I don't see how Navajo wins this. Going Jan by decision. Uros Medic is going to knock out Daniel Rodriguez in the first round. Medic is a kill or be killed fighter. Daniel Rodriguez's only good win is against Kevin Holland, which he arguably lost. He arguably was losing to Santiago Ponzinibbio. He's been in a Taiwanese prison for 8 months. He was never very good. People were shocked that he was ever ranked. Uros Medic is a kill or be killed fighter, and I don't think Daniel Rodriguez has what it takes to kill. I'm going Uros Medic by KO. It's a really easy pick for me. I don't see much problem with this pick. Daniel Rodriguez is a very good boxer, though, and he is pretty durable. But I see Uros Medic starting really fast, getting stung by Daniel Rodriguez, and immediately coming back and just putting an onslaught on him and knocking him out. I think this is a setup fight for Medic. There's a reason why he's a minus 330. Daniel Rodriguez is about 40. He's old. Hasn't fought in almost a year. Was never really that good. Medic is going to be a lot faster, a lot more aggressive. Medic wins this one by KO. Yes, I know I broke down really quickly because I have to go. But there's 2 fights I really have to break down because I skipped them. This one I'm not going to break down. Seppo versus Urbina, I'm just going to tell you right now, Urbina is going to get knocked out in the first minute and a half. But if this fight goes past 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Gilbert Urbina has really good jiu-jitsu, really good takedowns, and Kepa is horrible on the ground. This is a much more competitive fight than some people are giving it, but I'm going to go Kepa by round 1. This fight, I'll break down really quickly. I got about 3 minutes before I have to go help my family move. Not move, but bring the groceries in. Noah is a serious power puncher. He's at his best when he's walking forwards. Does a good job attacking all 3 levels. Really solid leg kicks. Maintains a good high guard defense for the entire fight. Looks for counters. He's dangerous in the pocket, and has really good pocket fighting. Knees in the close, very tough. He's just an all-around really good striker and a really good wrestler. But his defensive wrestling is not up to par. He gets taken down. He can be controlled for long periods of time. His aggressive style on top results in a lot of reversals and sweeps. While I think my prediction for this one is Milos to win this one by decision. Uh, but what I'm gonna say is there is a good chance. Hold on, I'm trying to find my notes on Milos. Yeah, Milos, his takedown defense is really bad. He doesn't even try and defend the takedowns. He just tries to reverse position constantly. And he is pretty good at that. He has really good chokes. He has really good scrambles. He never gives up on the ground. He's constantly trying to get back up, but his takedown defense is a lot to be desired. Really diverse striking arsenal, great clinch game, really amazing strikes. He's really good at finding unique angles to strike from. Has a lot of power, phenomenal job, phenomenal jab, great body work, really good athlete, good top pressure too. But again, horrible takedown defense. He lacks high volume. Chin is super high, throws wild flurries rather than like straight, strictly combination. He's flat footed while moving forwards. He doesn't really try and offensively wrestle. I think, I'm kind of changing my mind on who can win this one. I think Milos is a lot more experienced, but the grappling expertise of Noah is giving me, because my original pick was Milos. I'm gonna go Noah. I'm gonna go Noah by KO or submission. I really think Noah's gonna be able to just take down Milos at will, due to the fact that Milos will not try and stuff takedowns. I don't think he'll be able to reverse the positioning on Noah. So I'm gonna go Noah by decision. Yeah, Noah by decision or KO. Thank you guys for watching. Yes, I know I kind of mixed and matched what fights I broke down and in what order, but you gotta admit there was a lot of ads on this draft on Tapology today. It was a bit confusing. I missed a few fights, but I broke them all down. Those are my predictions. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.